I've been in Bali for I think 10 weeks now, and I feel like paradoxically, most people will probably surprised to hear this, but I am so tired. I'm working so much. On the agency stuff, on the podcast, YouTube, and it's really starting to take a bit of a toll on me. I hired an editor uh, over a month ago now, probably, to help me with stuff. And so far, the only real upside has been the increase in quality of the episodes, namely the vlog style ones. But I am finding that I'm spending just as much time working on other areas or doing revisions, offering feedback, creating SOPs, things like that. Um, and that's to no fault of Yogi, my editors. But it's just kind of the what I'm coming up against at the moment. And what's really frustrating is, from my perspective, doing a regular podcast interview, the ones that I've been doing for the last 100 episodes or so, pretty easy, really. Like, I say they're pretty easy. I'd still spend like a day editing and packaging it all up and together, and then, a few hours of prep, and then, but in terms of when you compare that with creating a vlog, um, I'm literally filming most of the day, and you're kind of always on looking for like different shots, and then obviously putting everything together, and the amount of work that goes into that, and then the amount of work that goes into crafting the storyline properly. Does it make sense? um and I just don't really feel like there's been any uptake or interest in people watching. um and I can get why that is, because I'm kind of mixing formats now, to keep up with the podcast. I've sort of pivoted into a little bit of a vlog style, which is nice because I do enjoy the change and being able to show like a different side of myself to my listeners. Anyone that would come across my channel would kind of be a bit confused. What's it about? A self improvement podcast, but then he's on a boat in Gili Islands. So I totally understand that. Um, but I always started the podcast with a couple of intentions. Like, one was like, it's for me, it's just for like to improve myself, learn about myself, um, make connections, and two, uh, always design it in a way that can be kept up with minimal stress. That it's not going to be too difficult. Not overly polishing everything, not trying to make every episode super amazing. Not that I am. And here's a great example of me just totally off the cuff, uh, putting something out because the production schedule is just getting too much. Trying to put out a really high quality episode every week. Um, And I'm just like, I'm out here, and a huge reason I'm out here is to up my content game. And I feel like I have done that, but I feel like I'm not getting any benefit from it. Like, and I've just been reflecting on whether it's all worth it anymore. I had this bizarre experience last week. It was the day I was heading to the Gili Islands on the Friday. I'd just finished the Ask Me Anything episode, and I'd looked at my Spotify analytics, and I saw this like huge spike. Like, that's gotta be a glitch, because like I know I've been putting out some new content, but and it wouldn't make sense for Spotify to blow up so much. Like maybe YouTube, but like it's been very vlog heavy content, so I was like a little bit suspicious. But I'm looking at it, I'm trying to look at the data, and then I'm taking this wide view of everything, and I'm looking, right, okay, year 1, year 2, year 3, and then boom. I'm like, okay, and then all of a sudden, like, I'm starting to think, maybe this is real, right? And, I was, like, shaking a little bit, and I was like, "Fuck, fuck, fuck, fuck." Oh, and I didn't know how to feel, and the most prominent emotion that I experienced upon thinking that my show was finally taking off was just fear. And okay, maybe that's normal, but let's be honest, it's not normal to become famous or become, someone with a hell of a lot of subscribers. Like that's not normal. It's not normal for the human brain. So I'd be interested to see what other people whose content has blown up, what effect that had on them and continues to have. I listen to Chris Williamson's stuff a lot, and most of the time he sounds miserable. Like he talks mainly about the negative side of it. And so it's just worth noting. And I'm like, what is the goal here? Like, is it just to become famous? Because I actually don't want that. Like, like a little bit of micro niche fame would be nice. You know, S- one person spots you in the airport and comes up to you or something. That'd be cool. But the thing is, you don't get to control these things, because if I got to that level, there's a high chance that I'd be into that compounding zone when it just starts to go like this. Um, and something else that I've been thinking about is all of the you can't say this, I guess, like the classic political correctness stuff. But I say classic, new age political correctness. Uh, Maybe neoliberal probably is a better word. Or like I had the other week when um I had the question about why do you guys always say females instead of women? And I answered that in the episode 2 weeks ago, so go and check that out. And also I was talking about talking to people in a cafe in Bali. And I was like talking to girls, talking to guys, and then someone messaged me I'm like, "Oh, you're not supposed to say that these days." It was much more structured than that, much more intelligently put than that, and it was about the is it infantilizing women by calling them girls? Um, and I totally get the argument, and I've thought about it a lot, but it's like being in this world of creating content and stuff, you end up with a responsibility which you're not you didn't really ask for. Like, I just want to have fun, uh, say silly things, come up with a few interesting insights, you know. Um, but it does seem like it's just, I mean, you can't be loved by everyone, right? And what was interesting about that particular clip is, for some reason, it took off on a totally different side of my usual audience. People who never like my stuff were liking it, and people who never comment or reply, message me about my stuff were sending it. So I have two signals there. One is, "Oh, Jason, you've said something good there, or whatever. Do more of it." And then the other one, which is, "You're saying the wrong thing. Don't say that." So you start to get a little bit of a preview into what it's like for your content to hit someone, but at the same time, you can alienate another group. And it's like, can I really handle that? Like, I don't know. I feel like if they were to, like paradoxically, okay, I feel like the type of person who is most likely to become famous is also the exact type of person that probably shouldn't become famous. Because of their like whole mental makeup, right? It's both the thing that gets them there and the thing that's probably going to make it difficult to be there, because that need for a validation, attention from the world, allegedly will never ever get quenched. And then the more that it would get quenched or does get satisfied, you have a complete like boomerang, boomerang, seesaw on the other end of the like a tipping seesaw on the other end of the scale. That is all the people who disagree with you and are ready to give you hate. So you might say, on a best case scenario, that it balances it out. Worst case scenario, unlikely how the brain interprets bad feedback, is it just go down the other way. So you end up feeling miserable. um, so here I am creating content about how I don't want to be a content creator because of the possible side effects of it, but also aware now that I'm probably creating some quite interesting talking points, which therefore mean that it may even get picked up by the algorithm. I'm thinking now, oh, I should clip this up, making a clip of me because I want more people to see it, of me saying that I don't want more people to see it. Uh, but I do feel somewhat trapped in this world now, because if I throw in the towel, it's like, oh, you tried. Oh, do you remember when Jason was trying his podcast little phase? Oh, at least he tried. Do you know what I mean? I fucking hate that. But there are two things. There are one, like this is so much effort, it's killing me. Two, do I even want it? Like, do I really want it? And I don't know how healthy it is. I really don't know how healthy it is constantly looking at yourself on camera, constantly reviewing things that you said to them, broadcast it to people. Like I was reviewing footage from the ghillie trip, which should be out next week. Little plug. And I'm watching it back, and I'm like finding myself laughing at me, right? Which is strange. I'm like, is that like, is that normal to be laughing at myself? Does that make sense? It's almost like I'm watching someone else. Or I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I said that. Or like, yeah. And so then I'm like, okay, well, I need to clip that up. Like, oh, that's funny. Why? And I'm like, I think because I'm quite a shy person underneath a lot of it, it's like, oh, I need to show everyone how funny I am. Like this is what I'm like when I'm not feeling insecure or whatever. I must show everyone. Look how funny I am. Look how attractive I am. Give me love, give me attention. But I'm saying that in a ironic manner, but it's also true because I'm feeling it now. I'm like, yeah, I want to. I do want to. I do want to show 'em, whatever. Do my fucking funny Borat impression or whatever. I'm like, and the person that messaged me the other day about the girl thing, I even said, I was like, I just don't even know I'm doing this anymore. And she was like, well, um, she said, because it's important. And I just don't know. I just don't know how important it is anymore. You know, I, I, I just like, I put so much effort into different things, and I'll come up with something where I'm like, oh wow, like this is really interesting. I think it's going to help people. So, and I'll put it out there and stuff, and it's like 40 views. Like, all right, okay. I don't know, and I can be all like, oh well, if it touches one person, that's all. Like, then it means something. Kind of isn't enough, to be honest. Like, in some breaths, yeah, like it is lovely, even if just one person reaches out. Um, but let's be honest, I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it to try and affect more people. But that could be another trap. You know, like at what point does it become enough? And it's not that like I don't want to help people because that's absolutely something I do want to do. But I'm just now I'm thinking, is there other ways to do it? You know, do I put all of this effort and cognitive load into something that I can actually, charge money for, or um and then I say this a lot, don't I? Two things. There's two things to that. One, because those that are, if I'm putting my life out there and I'm talking about all these things about my own mind and thoughts and stuff, and I'm giving all this stuff away, then at least they've like offered to like pay me something, uh, so that I know that they want it. Does that make sense? So it's not just, oh, here's Jason on his Instagram story again. Like, um, I think by possibly gating the access to it somewhat could increase the value and people actually appreciate it. And then secondly, obviously, then I could actually try and make a living from whatever it is that I do. Um, but now because I'm filming all this stuff and I'm creating like high quality like cinema style footage, cinematic style footage, and it's like, well, I could put all that effort into, like, running Facebook ads for, like, a coaching mentorship. Do you know what I mean? Like, "Hey, look at me, like, look what I was able to do. I'm traveling the world, working remotely, like, all these like, you can imagine it, couldn't you? Click here to work with me or join one of my programs. Less effort, and I could actually, make some money out of it, but I don't know. But the reason I'm, recording this right now is just this whole publishing schedule, and I was reviewing the Gilly footage stuff last night, and I'm like, "I'm not gonna get it out for this week. I'm so tired. I'm so tired." Um, so something needs to change, and whether I need to get back to doing more podcast style episodes, just more episodes like this. But we're in like a little bit of a pyramid scheme here, isn't it? Because I'm talking about the thing that I'm struggling with, which is then feeding. The content struggle is something I'm talking about. So it's like, um, yeah, it's somewhat cannibalistic in that sense. So, but I was going to come to, like, to talk about some of my stuff in my journal. Uh, but I suppose that this became the vessel, the little prop, just to set me off, and then I knew exactly what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about what I've just told you. So, um, yeah, if you're watching my stuff, thanks very much. Drop us a message, whatever. If you're on YouTube, follow me on that. If you're on Spotify, follow me on this app. Or don't. Do whatever you want to do. Not sure how interesting that's going to be today, but that's real life, unpolished from guest house in Bali. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.